let's take a peek at some of the problems from the classwork. All right, so our first step is to distribute. So we're gonna take that 7, multiply it by the 3x and the 2. Let me see if I can focus this better. There we go. All right, 7 times 3 is 21, and we have to keep that x. And then 7 times 2 is 14. And I am going to copy everything else. Step 2 is to combine like terms. On the left, we have these x's here, but we don't have any other integers. And on the right, those are not like terms, so we can't combine those. So let's combine these. 21x plus another x would be 22x. And then I'm going to copy everything else. All right, next step is to get the x's on one side. So I can either minus 22x or minus 15x. If I minus 22x, I'm going to get negative x's here, which is okay. But if I minus 15x, I'm going to have some positive x's, and I like positives better. So I'm going to minus 15x from both sides of the equal sign. So over here, we get 7x. We still have our plus 14 on the left. And on the right, we just have that 42 because this is worth 0. All right, so then we have the x's over here. So we want to get rid of this integer 14 because our goal is to get that x by itself. So we're going to subtract 14 on both sides. So we still have 7x. All right, so you could either, for this one, you could take away 10 to get 32 and then count backwards 4 times to get to 28. Or you could also make that a 3, make that a 12, and then that would be an 8, and then 3 minus 1 is 2, 28. And then lastly, this says 7 times x. So to unmultiply those, we're going to divide both sides by 7. So we get 1x. So we have x equals 4. All right, let's look at number 8 because there's a lot of stuff for number 8. All right, our first step is to do distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. So inside the parentheses, we can't really do anything because they're not like terms. So to get rid of the parentheses, we distribute. So 4 times 8x is 32x. 4 times 2 is 8. And then I'm going to copy everything else. Oh, but I can also distribute here. So 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And then I'll copy the minus 10 or negative 10. Then we have to combine like terms. On the left, we have a 32x and minus 20x or negative 20x. So if we combine those, we end up with 12x. And we still have that positive 8. On the right, we can combine the integers negative 12 and negative 10. I'm going to first just copy my 15x so I don't forget about it. If we lose $12 and we lose 10 more dollars, ooh, that sucks. We lost $22. All right, our next step is to get the variables on one side. So I can minus 12x from both sides. That would give me some positive x's. Or I can minus 15x from both sides. I get negative x's, which is okay, but it's much easier to work with positive numbers. So let's subtract 12x from both sides. All right, so we have an 8 over here. And then this would be 3x minus 22. All right, so we want to get the x's by itself. So let's get rid of this integer. So let's plus 22 on both sides. We get 30 equals 3x, because that's worth nothing. All right, so 30 equals 3 times a number. You could probably guess it from here, or you can do the inverse of multiplication and divide both sides by 3. So 1x is 10. So x is equal to 10. And when you type this into the activity, the x has to go first. So you'll type x equals 10.